What is the hardest thing about living together? So, in this video, we are going to be answering some of the questions that you want to ask men but are afraid to ask them. So, I asked in a question box on my Instagram for you guys to ask questions, and Mark will be answering them. This is in honor of his birthday, which is today, the day that the video is coming out. And he's going to be answering them. Are you ready?
No.
Some of the questions, babe.
No.
Hot.
Not really. You didn't prepare me for this.
No, it's on the fly. You're going to answer on the fly.
Let's go. Some I may not answer.
We'll see. So I wrote some of the questions here, and the others are on my phone. Question 1. Why do men struggle with poor communication? You have to remind them over and over again.
I think communication is that course unit that you just have to keep repeating and retaking during marriage, because even people who are 20 something years married struggle with communication and that problem specifically. So it's something you have to just keep communicating and get used to it.
And I don't like the generalization of men struggle with communication, because even women, you find many women in relationships that are struggling with communication. It's just a constant journey of learning and wanting to be better. So when you have to tell your person over and over again, do it still in love. Like, don't let the third time that you're telling them be you shouting and what. The Bible says something about a nagging wife. No one wants a nagging wife. So always communicate it in love, and communicate the fact that you would appreciate if he actually listened and put into action those things. And I think also you guys communicating that, say if I've said help me clean the house, communicate that I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to do it. Don't leave me to assume.
But maybe also from my experience, timing is very important. So if you tell me something, maybe when I'm not thinking very straight, it's highly likely that I will not prioritize it.
Like you come and tell someone an Arsenal fan during a game.
Yeah.
He's not going to hear you.
That you need to buy yaka.
He won't hear you. Next question. Is it normal to feel disconnected from your partner?
Yeah. Date night is important. Have those meetings where you just chat. Whether at home, a restaurant, a hotel, whatever. And just chat. What excites you these days? What are you working on?
Yeah, I like that you say that. And it's normal for couples to feel disconnected. What isn't healthy is for you not to address it. So get back to the drawing board, start talking, evaluate, look around and see, has something changed? Has he maybe lost a deal? Like, just evaluate.
But it's normal.
And,
it's normal, and we also go through the same.
Yeah.
Okay,
next question. How often do you have sex? I don't think we're going to share the frequency, but
should be every day. If you can, every day. Except, of course, some days, which is like 7 days maybe, a month.
But every day? 5 days, even less, even 4.
Ideally.
Okay. And we also have to emphasize that sex in marriage is very important. Very important. So we have to prioritize it, find time for it.
Yeah, but don't push, do what works for you. Because some partners are different. There's some that you have to really write a letter, write an application, submit, send it by email. Then by the time they receive it, it's 3 days later. Others, it's like,
are you available? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, but if both spouses prioritize sex in marriage, you won't even have to go the long route of having to vibe your wife just because you want, or husband, just because you want to have sex. Prioritize sex in marriage. Every couple has different dynamics. Do what works for you, but prioritize it. Make sure it's a priority. If you're having it once a month, ask yourself, is this a priority? Because if food is a priority and you're eating 3 meals a day, then be honest with each other and with yourself. What should I do if I have strong feelings for someone else who is already in a relationship?
Are you married?
The person is already in a relationship, for you have strong feelings for them. She didn't specify whether she was married or not.
I won't say pray about it, but run. You need to run. It's dangerous because if the other person is not, just run. Yeah.
They're not your person. They're already in a relationship, so you have a lot of work to deal with yourself.
Yes.
To work on those feelings.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever feel like you got married too early?
No. Yeah.
It has never crossed your mind? You feel like it was perfect timing?
Yeah, I didn't feel that way because I had that discussion with my father, and my father said, just make sure you are earning. Make sure you're earning, but you'd rather try to minimize the temptation of either fornication or all those other things, and just try to make the officiate. What's the word?
Make it official.
Yeah, just make it official. Maybe my closeness to God also just made it more and more clear that it was probably about time. Yeah, because we had been in a relationship for some time.
3 years. Yes, I don't think there's anything like too early or too late for anyone.
But you should be over 18.
Definitely.
Yes, you need to be an adult.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything like too early or too late. Once you are both on the same page and you're both committed to this, it's the right time. Get married. Yeah.
And maybe just to say this also, I've got to learn that we have a certain mindset which is a bit twisted, but we also had the same probably, but you can have a simple marriage,
simple wedding ceremony,
or a marriage ceremony. You go maybe to the registration services bureau, meet the registrar and officiate everything, sign the certificate, and at least you're officially married. However, if you can do it in the church with the pastor, do it.
Yeah, I think also what delays people is that I don't have enough money for a reception and what, but guys, wedding reception and what you're wearing and what doesn't make a marriage. And I think it's something that we wish we had known. Like,
it's important.
It's important, but it doesn't make a marriage. Don't get into debt just because you want to have 1,000 people at a reception. If you just have both sides of the family and you have a simple meal and get to celebrate the union, well and good. You don't have to break the bank, get loans and just to be married.
It's difficult though.
In the African context, especially.
But even it's easier when you're married, and these are things that only married people will say. Most. Even those who are not. But when you're getting married, you really want to have those things.
Yeah.
So if you can wait, abstain, and try and get those things within your means, and have a beautiful occasion. But it shouldn't be, it shouldn't determine what your marriage will be like to get to your point.
Yeah, for example, starting on debt. Don't start your marriage in debt. I have to emphasize that. Okay. You were done?
Yeah.
So, babe, if my family didn't like you, would you still have pursued marriage?
That's a tough one. I don't know, because I really have never been in those shoes. But it's really important to have your parents' blessing. I can't endorse doing a runaway thing.
Elope.
You just do.
Yeah.
So I've not been in those shoes before, but negotiation I think would really help. Like do as much as you can to convince whoever needs to be convinced to go to get this thing going.
And if they don't get on board?
It might be difficult to go ahead to get married. I think it would really be a very difficult thing for me, but maybe we might just stay friends. I don't know.
You'd break it off? Huh?
I think it also why? Maybe the why is important. Is it because they want more dowry? Is it because I'm just not a likable person? Is it because maybe I'm poor?
What if it's tribe, things like that? Like,
no, you see, I haven't been in those shoes, so it's difficult for me to say what is wrong and what's right. But negotiation really would do as much as possible to negotiate. Get your elders, the elders from, but
both sides.
But being a man, I think my fiance would really be very, very instrumental in. That's where I would really need you to really
advocate for you.
Yeah. Or you even tell your family that, hey, we've walked this journey together. This is the person, and I'm gonna do this. But it wouldn't have to be me to force. Yeah, if it doesn't work, then too bad.
Yeah, I think for me it's also a yes and no answer. Like, yes, I would go ahead and get married because the marriage is between the two of us. I'm not marrying your family, but also family is very important to me. It's very important to us, so it would be difficult. So I guess we'd also go the negotiation route. Yeah. Okay.
Find out why.
How would you best handle a reoccurring argument or disagreement? Like, we keep fighting over the same thing over and over again.
We go through the same. So it's just marriage.
So what do you do?
That's just marriage. Like I said at the beginning, communication is that retake that you're going to have to retake over and over again, because different seasons, there are different communication course units. So if
for different
seasons. So, usually there's a communication challenge around there, and maybe it's an argument reoccurring because I'm too busy. So I can't, whenever I'm coming home, I find maybe the shop is closed, so I can't. Or whenever, you tell me about this thing, usually there's a clashing program. So it's a recurring argument, but it really depends on what's the situation, like what's the argument about. Is it about children? So it's easier to try and tackle the problem. So if it's a reoccurring problem, say around paying the rent, maybe one of us forgets, or whoever is if you have that kind of arrangement, if maybe the husband or the wife pays, how about maybe you set an alarm or a reminder for the rent to be, or you set a bank instruction
order,
so that you deal with the problem and not the person.
I like that. So when a problem in marriage continues to happen, like you're having the same disagreement over and over again, then it's important that you have that conversation, but also set in place things that you're going to do, each of you, things that you're each going to do to help you overcome that hurdle. Like, we can't keep disagreeing over the same thing, but we're not doing anything about it. You can't keep doing the same things over and over again and expect different results. So,
but that's marriage. We also go through the same.
Yeah, we're human beings, we're bound to error. So always be willing to listen to one another and accommodate. What is the hardest thing about living together? We'll be living together for 5.5 years. What's the hardest thing about living together, babe?
Time management, maybe.
On whose part?
Just time management.
That's the hardest thing.
That's the answer.
Would you be upset if you notice Daisy eyeing another man?
Would I be what?
Upset.
Yeah.
What about it would upset you? You know that I'm your wife, I'm not going anywhere.
It means that something is wrong with me.
No, just the other man maybe has, I don't know.
Which I can have.
Next question. Marriage advice for newlyweds. We're getting married in 2 weeks.
Patience. Calm down. Be patient. You don't know this person at all. And this person doesn't know you at all.
I actually just put out a reel, and the marriage tip that I was sharing in there was about selfishness. I feel like if we both shed off that selfishness and come into the marriage wanting to serve your spouse, I feel like that sets your marriage to a good start. Next question. Why do men cheat?
That's too general. But men have this one body part that never gets saved. Everything about you will get born again, but it's impossible for that one to get born again. That's why you find pastors and all these bishops and all those guys.
They'll step out.
Can be tempted. I'm not saying they do, but they can be tempted to do that.
I would say cheating isn't really tied to one gender, but cheating is a decision. It's a personal decision. Someone makes up their mind and decides to step out. So, in my opinion, it's a heart issue. It's a heart issue. But I also feel like maybe some men step out because of, it's not to justify it, but they're looking maybe for some sort of respect, something that is missing with them, not with their spouse. With them, it's a personal issue, it's an internal issue. So whether it's a man or a woman, it's an internal issue. So they need to self-assess. How long should someone hold a grudge or be mad? Like, you've done something, you've apologized, but this person is still...
God created all of us with different personalities. So the way we treat situations will always be different. And the beauty about the way we are created, there's a way in which we kind of will complement each other's personalities. And so I think, I don't know who holds the grudge more between us.
I don't know, it depends.
Yeah, it depends on when the situation.
On the grudge.
Yeah, but I think the earlier you release it, the better for you, because it hurts you the more.
Yeah, and sometimes like it feels like a chimango, like you feel like something is holding your throat. It's a conscious decision. Like once the other person has apologized and you really see that they mean it, then just start to work on yourself, like moving away from anger. Anger destroys you than it destroys the other person.
Let me also just add that it's just life. It's going to be difficult to let some things go, because there's some things your spouse will do that really you need time, months, whatever, to let the grudge go, or the wound heal. But the more you actively try to forgive this person, the better. And sometimes it could even happen today, tomorrow, next month. But it's not easier being married either way. But
marriage refines your character. Character development institution, marriage. How do you deal when you and your partner have very different sex drives? For example, we have very different sex drives.
It's just like we spoke about earlier. Marriage is that it has that course unit that you have to keep retaking. So you might find that you have a higher sex drive for like the first 4 years, then she has the higher sex drive for the next maybe 7 years or so. So then what? So the consistent talking, and you can tell your husband or wife that this week, can we at least try like 4 days, like even if it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Then your partner will say, no, I have work on this day, on the other day, can we try Tuesday and Saturday? Can we add Friday?
So you find a compromise.
Yeah.
And remember, marriage is about
but there's no
one another.
there's no rule around that. There's no rule, like find what works for you.
Okay, babe, how do you keep the excitement in your marriage, or does it just come naturally?
It's a doing what, and sometimes it will just be difficult to have the excitement, especially when you have kids and toddlers, to be specific, or if she's breastfeeding, or if you are pregnant, or you're both career people and both of you have deadlines, and then you can't, there's no written rule.
It's not a constant that you're constantly excited, but
but there are things you can do to keep
that spark, the excitement.
But if you can schedule weekly time together, and both of you really need to be intentional and sensitive.
Why do men feel bad when a woman rejects money from them?
It's a personal problem.
It's on them, not on you. Is it really not obvious to guys when a woman is interested in them?
Say that again.
Is it really not obvious to guys when a woman is interested in them? Like, do we have to spell it out? Can't you see the cues that, this chick likes me?
We're really different. Try and create a moment when you guys can meet. Say there's nothing wrong with suggesting to a man that, hey,
let's go out.
Do you have
asking him out on a date?
Can we have breakfast tomorrow? Like, I just wanna chat and what. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
But anyway.
So then, because for us, most of the cues we get are visual. So if you...
so if she's like touching you or...
then the message will reach home.
Otherwise, it won't.
We're different. And also men are different. So some men are very quick, they'll understand. Others...
need time. Okay. We're
others
almost
you have
done.
to tell them.
Okay. Why is it that men get bored after getting you hooked? Is the chase more fun?
Okay. Yes and no. But I think we have to understand that men are different
Men
from women.
hunters. That's it. Sushi, say it. Men are hunters. Just want to.
Usually, it's like the way we are wired. Once I do whatever I need to do to get this person, I'm excited, I'm happy, and then I have to put in effort. I need to be intentional to
continue to pursue.
But even women, there are women who are like that. I have my husband. We're now married, so now why do we need to? Really, there are different personalities.
The men just have to be intentional to continue to pursue your wife. Like, even after you've gotten the girl, continue to pursue. And for the women, you see how they find you looking nice. Every day you're changing nails. Every day you're doing hair. Then you get married and you're in lesus the entire day. You're not doing your hair. Like, you're now looking unkempt. And we're not keeping kempt just for the men, but also for ourselves. There's a certain way that you will feel when you're looking anyhow, like when you're in less with it. There's a certain way that you will feel. There's a certain way that you're going to also think. So continue to look nice for the men. Continue to pursue?
I think, let me add this. Create a system of, because just the way at school, remember when we were in school, there was a system every end of week or every end of month, there's a test or there's this or that. Create a system where in your marriage, every week or every Thursday or every 2 weeks, there's this thing that you do together that's fun or yeah.
So continue to find fun things
so
to
that
do together.
Yeah, it's not obvious.
Okay. Why do guys think logically all the time? Like, it's tiresome for me many times. I come to you with my issue and you're just going to give me logic and facts.
You are.
And babe, you do it.
It's a constant course unit, and honestly, a man, I don't think you will ever get a man who is not logical.
Yeah.
That's just the way
I think
we're
it's
wired.
just how you're wired. And we're more emotional. That's why we'll want to tap into your emotional.
That's why we're instructed.
Yeah.
Love your wives as Christ loved the church.
Yeah.
And
give himself up.
Yeah, and then submit to your husband. Just submit to your own husbands. Yes.
So men are just innately logical.
Yes, but it has to take effort for me to deal with you emotionally. The way you want me to deal with you. That's why I have that instruction that I need to love you the way Christ loves me. Because if Christ loved me logically, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. So I guess if this is your husband that's doing this, your partner, communicate to them. Tell them, like, you know what? Sometimes I come to you wanting the emotional side, not the logic. I don't want you to give me solutions. I don't want you to give me facts and Google research and what. Just give me your emotions. Yeah? How much is a Range Rover?
Which one?
Give us a range.
Depends on which one you want. Do you want the Evoque? Do you want the Sport? Do you want the whole full-size Range Rover? And which year? Yeah.
Give us a range. Like, if you have 20 ma, you can get a Range Rover. Can I get a Range Rover at 20 million?
No.
Even these ones that are like UAB.
I don't think that's the one you're asking about.
What is a Range Rover?
No. I don't think it's the one you're asking about. But if you want a Range Rover, plan for about 150 million.
And upwards.
Going up.
That's from what year?
2014.
Okay.
Evoque, then.
If you don't know already, my husband is a car enthusiast and car genius. So follow him on Instagram at
what?
Africa's UG. I wanted you to say it. Africa's UG on Instagram, and he'll answer all your questions. So that's it for the questions that we're going to answer. The ones that we haven't answered, we probably have already answered in previous videos. There's one that was too long. We'll find a way to answer it. Let us know, what are your answers to some of these questions? Why do men cheat? Why are men poor communicators?
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
That was my opinion.
Yeah. And happy birthday, baby.
Thank you.
If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share, turn on notifications, and keep coming. Bye.